A very good morning to all my lovely children. A cheerful and warm welcome to all of you. I'm sure you all have enjoyed your holidays to the fullest, and now you all are set to learn new things. Okay, so here in the ICT session, we start with the new chapter, which is chapter number 3, Parts of a Computer. Parts of a computer. Before we discuss about the parts of a computer, I want to discuss with you the parts of your body. Do you all know about your body parts? You all have different body parts. Look at this. You have eyes, nose, hands, feet, lips, teeth, nose, ears. Okay, you all have different body parts, and all the body parts have a specific function. For example, you use eyes to see. You smell with nose. Can you see with ears? No, you cannot see with ears because only eyes can do that. You can hear with your ears. So each of the body part has different function. They have different work to do. They have different things to do. Okay, you can taste with your tongue. You can write with your hands, right? So these all are your different body parts, but they all work together. When you have to write something, you need to have your eyes to see. You need to have your hands and fingers to write. Okay, so all the body parts work together, right? Now we discuss about the parts of computer. Now computer also have different parts. We will discuss about the 4 main parts of computer. The 4 main parts of computer are monitor. This is called as the monitor. It looks like a television. Yes. Don't you think it looks like a television? Yes. Other one is keyboard. Look, keyboard. Yes, this is a keyboard. It looks like a Casio or a remote or a mobile phone. Yes, because it has keys on it. है ना? Okay, let's move on. This is called as CPU cabinet. CPU. This is the very important part of computer. And this one is mouse. mouse, mouse. Yes, it looks like the real mouse, है ना? It also has got a tail. I'll show you. So the 4 main parts of computer are monitor, keyboard, CPU and mouse. I repeat, monitor, it looks like a television, keyboard, mouse and CPU. They all have different functions to do, but they all work together to do a thing. Okay, I will tell you about their functions in brief. Monitor, it looks like a TV, it looks like a television. You can see movies and cartoons on television. Similarly, you can see cartoons and movies on the monitor. Okay, whatever you do on computer, you can see it on the monitor. If you write something, you can see it on the monitor. What is the function of keyboard? If you want to type anything, if you want to write anything, you use keyboard. What is the use of mouse? When you have to select anything on the computer, you use mouse. And CPU is the brain of computer. How? That I will tell you. So let's get started with the chapter now and we will read it. Okay, you all have to read it along with me. Chapter number 3, Parts of Computer, page number 24. As we have different parts in our body, a computer also has many parts. All these parts work Together, W-O-R-K, work. Work together to do any work on a computer. As I told you, like you have different parts in your body, computer also has many parts. All the parts work together to do any work on a computer, right? Okay, now let's read main, M-A-I-N, main parts of a computer. The main parts of a computer are monitor, CPU, keyboard and mouse. We will read about these four only, right? So let's start with monitor. A monitor looks like a television. A monitor looks like a television. We can see movies and cartoons on it. It shows, SHOWS, shows. It shows the work that we do on a computer. I told you a monitor looks like a television. You can see movies and cartoons on it, and whatever work you do on a computer, we can see it on the monitor. Okay, all the work that you do on a computer can be seen on the monitor. Okay, now let's move on to the next important part, CPU. First of all, you should know what is CPU. The full form of CPU is C for central, P for processing, U for unit. Central processing unit. I repeat, C for central, central, P for processing, processing, U for unit, central processing unit. You need to learn the full form of CPU, right? Now, if I give you a sum, if I give you, tell me, or if I ask you, tell me what is 5 plus 5, what do? You think. How do you think? You think with your brain. Your brain thinks about what is 5 plus 5, right? Similarly, if we give any work to computer, who thinks that? What has to be done? How it has to be done? Who thinks? CPU. It is the CPU. So CPU is also called the brain of computer. Okay, CPU is the brain of computer. This is a CPU cabinet. You can see this is a CPU cabinet or CPU box. CPU is present inside this box. If you open this box, you can see CPU. Okay, this is the cabinet or the CPU box, the black color. Inside it, there is CPU. Okay, see, you can see it. CPU. Right, this is CPU cabinet and this is CPU which is inside this cabinet. Okay, now let's read about CPU. Central processing unit. A CPU is the brain of computer. Brain. It is present inside the CPU box. It helps a computer to work according to the given commands. Commands means order. Whatever work we give computer to do, commands, whatever instructions we give, it helps computer to work according to those instructions. Okay, so this is how the CPU is the brain of computer, because it tells computer what has to be done and how, what is the command given and how it has to be done. Right, now let's move on to the next part, which is keyboard. You must have seen a mobile, a Casio or a calculator. This is a mobile, this is a Casio, this is a calculator. What is common in all these three things? Yes, all of them has keys on it. See, it has keys. It has keys, you can press them. है ना? Similarly, the keyboard also has many keys. This keyboard also has many keys. Okay, let's read. Do you find anything common in these pictures? Anything common means something which all of them have. Yes, all of them have a keypad with many keys. Each key has a different function. Each key has a different function. In the same way, a computer too has a keyboard with many keys. These keys are used to type letters, words, numbers, and special characters. Special characters. Now, what are special characters? I'll tell you. This is the keyboard. You can see here A to Z alphabets. You can see numbers. You can also see special characters like this arrow, this star sign, this less than greater than sign. है ना? So many signs you can see. Comma, full stop, question mark. These are called special characters. Special characters. So a keyboard has keys. Why do we use keyboard? We use keyboard to type letters, words, numbers, and special characters. Okay. Now the last one is mouse. A computer mouse looks like a real mouse. See, it has two buttons on it. It helps us to draw pictures and play games. It is used to point and select things on the monitor. Okay, now see, this is the mouse. It has two buttons. This is left button, this is right button. Left button, right button. And we use mouse to draw pictures, and to play games. It is also used to point something. When you point something on the, see, this is the computer. See, this is arrow. It is moving. I am pointing to hand, I am pointing to foot. I am doing it with the help of the mouse. Okay, I am moving the mouse, and same way the arrow is moving. Right? So this is the function of mouse, to point something and to select something. Now I want to select this picture, so I will click this picture, and this picture is here. I have selected. Okay, so these are the functions of mouse. So let's again read about all the parts of a computer. These are the main parts of computer, like monitor, CPU, keyboard, mouse. These four are the main parts of computer. There are other parts of computer which can be connected to the computer. Okay, these are called additional devices, and we will discuss about these devices in the next class. Okay, so for today you have to read this chapter till here, till mouse. Okay, read this chapter and try to understand every concept. I will show you, I will also send you a PPT, and you, after reading the chapter and after seeing the video, you have to see that PPT also to have a better idea about it. Okay children, bye bye, keep learning.